Still not sure how to pay off that massive debt? Do you think you need a second job, a third job, or you need to start eating beans and rice and cut back on your expenses? Listen, none of that is true. And in this video, I'm not only going to show you how to pay off your debts really fast, but I'm going to show you also how to build massive passive income at the same time. Let's get into it. Now remember, building passive income at the same time you're paying off debts is the 21st century way of banking. And if you don't have any idea what passive income is or how to do it in your situation, let's go ahead and make sure you go to the description link below. We've got the link there for you. We'll get you set up right away. So, as is the custom, we want to share with you what we have going on here. This could be a car loan. This could be a student loan. Whatever loan it is, we're going to pay it off really, really fast. In this case, it's $53,000 at the 6%. Now, remember what the 6% is. That's the interest rate, which means what? That means that's the cost of borrowing the money. So $878 each and every month is the minimum monthly payment on that. And it's getting split up, okay, like this. To the interest goes $265 and to the principal goes $613. Now, just in case you didn't know, that means that this minimum monthly payment is not going towards the principal. Only a part of it is going towards the principal. The rest is, like we said, the cost of borrowing money. That's why that man said that those that know about interest earn it, and those that don't know about interest pay it. All right. We want to make sure that you are getting the interest as well. So now over here, we have the income, the expenses, and the cash flow. All right. So this is the national average, right? $5,000 in income each and every month. $4,000 in expenses. Now that's a give or take, right? Not every month is the same. And we've actually put that in the calculation as well. And give or take cash flow is $1,000. Now, don't get discouraged because maybe yours is a little less or maybe a lot less. It's okay. We're still going to be paying off this massive debt very, very fast. And if you want your own debt elimination roadmap, we actually have what is called the Velocity Banking Wizard. We built it ourselves. It's going to help you, and that's in the description link below as well. So listen, whether yours is $100 or $1,000, we want you to know that this is the most important number of all three elements of your income, right? Income, expenses, cash flow. Which one is the most important? The most important is the cash flow. Why is that? Because we're going to be using our cash flow to pay down our debt. And this is what we mean. Now, of course, you can pay extra payments if you want to. If you want to, feel free to pay those extra payments towards the loan. However, there is another way. You can use a velocity banking tool to make sure that that principal goes away as quickly as possible. Now, this is what I mean. Let's go ahead and say we're going to be using a line of credit. Now, you don't need one, right? But let's say you have a line of credit that you'd like to use of about $10,000, okay? It's at 10K. And let's say 21%, okay? Now, this is your line of credit. And usually you use your line of credit for what? Well, buying things, of course. Yes, you do. But this time, I want you to buy time with it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. What if you took your $10,000 or your $5,000? Don't get caught up in the numbers. Get caught up in the principle of what I'm going to share with you. $10,000, take that and put it towards this principle of $53,000. What in the world would you do that for? Because the lower the principal, the lower the interest. Now that 6% is going to feed off of not 53,000. It's going to feed off of the 43K instead. All right. Which is going to result in a much lower interest. Now, there is a dilemma. The dilemma is Now that you used your line of credit, how are you going to pay your line of credit back? Too easy. We're going to make sure that we're allocating our finances in a way that not only we can pay the line of credit, but we can pay all of our loans simultaneously and pay them off very fast. That means we're going to be using this line of credit, okay, that we just acquired as our new checking account. So our income is going to go inside of our line of credit. However, remember the cash flow? Where's that cash flow staying? Instead of just doing nothing inside of the bank account, inside of the savings account, where is it staying? It's staying inside of this line of credit, and that is what's paying it off. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and give you a scenario here. We've got a $10,000 balance now, because now we're paying things the Velocity Banking way. We're getting ready to pay this off very quickly. It's not going to be in the suggested 6 years. We're going to pay it off really fast. 43K. Okay, now that we have subtracted 10,000 from that 53K, right? But we still need to pay this down. How long is it going to take us to pay down our line of credit? How long? 10 divided by 1K. Remember, that's the cash flow that's staying within that line of credit. That's right. It's going to be 10 months, okay? 10 months, we're going to go ahead and pay all of that $10,000 off. Now, in 10 months, when we've paid it all off, what can we do with it? That's right. We can deploy it again to this loan. So now you're at 33K. Now, remember, folks, this works whether it's a car loan, whether it's a credit card, whether it's another loan. The principle there is just like this. Watch this. Huh? That law has been around for a long time. What law is that? It's called the law of gravity. And when you're going by those laws and you're abiding by the laws, you can't help but to come down, right? When you go up, you're coming down, okay? It makes sure everything is balanced. And that's what this procedure does. It makes sure that your bank account, that you have a balance, right? Your bank balance. And it makes sure that your line of credit balance or your loan balance is eliminated as quickly as possible. Does that make sense? And so now though, what we want to share with you is a concept that many wealthy people have already implemented, but now I want to share with you. Perhaps you don't want to simply pay off your debts. Perhaps you want to do a 50-50 split and start building passive income as well as paying off your debts. Do you know how to do that? Okay, we're going to share with you how to do that. But first, I know that there's a concern for those that have multiple loans. You're wondering, what can I do? I don't know how to prioritize my loans. They're saying that I need to focus on high interest, or they're saying I need to focus on higher monthly payments. What exactly do I do? Well, don't take my word for it. Take math, okay? Remember, put it through a formula and see if it works for you. Do you remember the cash flow indicator method? Okay, the cash flow indicator method is going to share with you something. It's going to share which loan you should pay off first. Now, how you build that formula is like this. You take the loan balance, which is going to be abbreviated by LB. You divide that by the minimum monthly payment, okay? And that's going to give you the CFI. Now, let's go ahead and give you an example. Let's say you had one loan, right, for $100,000, okay? I'm just going to draw out all the zeros. Okay, $100,000. Now, that has a minimum monthly payment of, let's say, $1,000, right? Okay, that's one scenario. Now, let's say you have another loan for $10,000, right? Easy math here, folks. Oh yeah, we're doing easy math here. And say the minimum monthly payment on that was $1,000, okay? We're gonna find out which of these loans is more efficient than the other one, meaning you're getting your money's worth, all right? So it's the whole name of the game is to get rid of the inefficient loan first because it's draining your cash flow. But how do you figure that out? It's like this, okay? Let's go ahead and count with me. 1, 2, 3. Let's cross out those 3 zeros, okay? Here and here. And this has a score of 100 on the cash flow index. Now, let's go ahead and take this one. We have 1, 2, 3 zeros there. We're crossing those out. We're also crossing these out. This has a 10 on the cash flow indicator score. So if you have multiple loans, put them through the cash flow indicator method. It's actually going to show you which one you should pay off first. And isn't that better than taking some guy's word for it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Now this may shock you here, all right? Let's say you don't care a hoot about paying off this debt. And that's okay, you know. What if it scores like really high between like, 60, right? Or 60 or 70 on your manufacturing or your restructuring table, right? Because remember, 0 to 50 on the cash flow indicator method, right, is the danger zone. 51 to 99, that's the caution zone or the restructuring zone, right? And anything above the 99, 100 and above, you can actually count that as the freedom zone, all right? Like mortgages and et cetera, et cetera. But what if you're like, you know what, I don't want to pay this off. I actually want to gain in more passive income. Well, that's good. Just remember this. Remember when we shared with you the $5,000 would be, you would get a $100 investment? Well, you can expect, right, for $10,000 to be way above. And remember, these monthly passive income, these monthly incomes, right, they're very conservative. So there are more, right? There's more, right? There's like 10,000, someone spent like, line of credit of $10,000 and they got 300 or 400. So it'll all depend. So that's why you would need to go ahead and schedule a call with us so we can book your particular strategy session, right? Because not every investor is the same. All right. So, but 10,000 at a conservative $200 each and every month, you've invested that to get $200 each month. Would it be worth it for you? Okay. Knowing that your cash flow at $1,000 is going to be replenished, your line of credit is going to be replenished after 10 months. So after that 10 months, you do another $200, okay, each month. Now, you already know how to pay off debts, okay? You already know. But now is the time to build that passive income. All right. And maybe you feel more comfortable doing that because remember, with this $200, where does that $200 go each month? It goes right here where your cash flow is. So now instead of just having the $1,000 a month in cash flow, now you've got $1,200 a month in cash flow. Then after the 10 months, you'll have another $1,400 and $1,600. And do you see what I mean? So this number keeps on multiplying as you go through. And there are some that pay on a monthly basis. And that's why we share with you, guys, get into those short-term amortized investments because they'll pay you the principal and the interest. And you know who else gets paid the principal and the interest? Where have we heard that before? The banks. But now we, right, have an opportunity to be the bank ourselves. So instead of, right, this $10,000 being used to pay off your debt, won't you just go ahead and use that $10,000 to give you passive income? It's up to you. If you have any questions on this, let me know. And we got a video right here that will share with you more of the cash flow indicator as well as velocity banking. God bless you all, and we'll see you in another video.